Hello class 11, welcome to your online class. Today we will continue the chapter curriculum. Today is the second day of this chapter, 7th chapter, and in the last day we have discussed about the definition of curriculum, and as we have seen that modern curriculum is child centric and it should consider all sphere development, all round development, or which is integral, which will be an integral part of the life, and the curriculum should be practical based, and it should be gathered throughout the life, and whatever they are experiencing is considered as the part of the curriculum. Now, depending on Mr. Payne's definition, we can extract some different characteristics of curriculum. Today we will discuss that. Now, number one, an experienced person or authorized organization should be there. See, you will get all these points in your book. If you go to page 55, characteristics of curriculum, all the points you will get in book, but still you will get PDF. So over there it is written in brief and precise form, so that you don't have to write more for 8 marks, because you have to finish all the question. Acha. So an experienced person or authorized organization is what? Those who are deciding the curriculum, what should be the curriculum, what should be the necessity of curriculum, and in which place what type of education can fit or suit, that should be decided by an experienced person. Or an authorized organization should take the responsibility of preparing the curriculum. Do you understand? If a layman or a person who is not enough experienced about construction of curriculum or planning for the future generation of our country, so if they will decide anything, that can occur some problem, and that may not be appropriate for the place where they have decided that this sort of curriculum will be planned and curriculum will be organized by the entire education system. Number 2, content of curriculum. Now, this is the second point. What is the meaning of content? Content means matter, isn't it? So the curriculum should be with some matter. This is the second characteristics of curriculum. It should be with some matter. What is the meaning of matter or content? It should have some basic features, or it should have some knowledge which the child can gain. Without any content, what will the students learn? Means there should be some material, some new thing which the students can learn and they can understand. Number 3, curriculum should contain experience. So why it is telling that, and right from the beginning we are seeing that nowadays education depends on experience, whatever you are experiencing. So the curriculum where you are doing something, the curriculum constructor should keep it in mind that over there the students also involve themselves to do something, to create something, so that they understand it better through their experience. Now, while you are doing some project work before our school Saraswati Puja, what do? You do subject wise different. You make your group according to the subject, and a different group of people you used to do practical work, isn't it? So when you are doing that practical project or for exhibition, you are doing something. Every time you are doing something, you are learning a new thing. So where you are experiencing, you are learning, and your sphere of understanding is enlarging. So it's just an example I am telling, that when you are doing some project work on science or in history or in geography or in Bengali English, whatever subject you say, Over there you are putting your own imagination, you are experiencing over there. Some are contradicting and some are giving you new suggestions, and you are doing something good, isn't it? So as you are experiencing more, you are learning more. So the curriculum which will be constructed should be with experience, where the students will put their own effort to gain new experience. Next, number 4, class activities and out of class activities. Now what is this? Out of class activities means class activities means where you are doing activities in the classroom, and out of classroom activities means where you are gaining something from the external world. You are gaining some knowledge from the environment, where you are putting your own effort. You can a little bit of third point and fourth point is there's a little bit similarities, where how you are experiencing through different sorts of activities, isn't it? So these different sorts of activities will include class activities and out of class activities both, where the exposure is more, your learning will be more, you will experience more, you will gain new knowledge, and you will see and learn more. So as you enlarge your scale of knowledge, as you open yourself up, as you know more, you will learn more. So the fourth point, all these points are written in the book. Again, I shall repeat. So here two factors are working together. So when curriculum constructions will be done, we have to keep it in mind that two factors, one is in the class and out of the class. So in the class you are doing your work, class work, you are giving exam, you are getting good marks, you are understanding yourself better, and when you are experiencing something outside, that is also will be considered by as a part of education, and which will be conducted by the school only, isn't it? Yes. Next is aim of curriculum should change. So now see, the thing is, we know that we are living in a ever changing society, isn't it? Where society is continuously changing from one status to the other. So if we do not change ourselves, what will happen? We have to stay back, isn't it? Because all are understanding, all are learning. If you think yes, you will not accept the change, you will not adjust with the changes, then you have to face the problem. Suppose a simple example I can give you, like the changes of the weather. Now see, little effect of winter has come already in the weather, isn't it? And we are feeling little bit cold right in the beginning and in the dawn, isn't it? And at night also we are feeling little bit cold. So we are taking a little stole on our to protect ourselves from the winter, isn't it? So according, when it is a summer, do you wear stole and sweater? We do not. We use light cotton materials, isn't it? So we are continuously changing ourselves according to the need of the society, according to the changes of the society. So according to that, depending on that, the aim of curriculum should also change according to the need and demand of the society. Now another example also I can give. Nowadays we all know that coronavirus and the pandemic situation is there, and so what we are doing, we are protecting ourselves. This time Durga Puja we didn't enjoy, isn't it? We all were at our home, and majority of us were in the home, and we didn't enjoy like the other years we used to enjoy. And what we have done is, we used to clean our hands, we used to clean our clothes, we used to keep ourselves safe, and we used to maintain distancing from other people. So that is also a change, a big change of the society. And why I am linking it up with the curriculum? Because we are learning it, isn't it? We don't means majority of us do not have the concept of sanitization. We do not have the concept of quarantine. We do not have the concept of distancing, isn't it? And how 6 feet distance we are covering, so that we do not infect ourselves by the cough of others of the or the droplets of other person, infected person, isn't it? So every day new thing are arising, new symptoms are arising, and we are from various multimedias we are getting information. Nowadays Facebook and WhatsApp is Instagram, we can see everything over there, and we are getting new information from browsers, isn't it? So we are upgrading ourselves, we are upgrading ourselves for the betterment of the society as well as us ourselves, isn't it? So aim of curriculum should also change. We should learn according to the changes of the society, according to the present situation. We are changing continuously according to the need, isn't it? Nowadays when we used to go to school, we use our mask, we use our gloves, we used to cover our head with head caps, isn't it? But few months back we have not used, isn't it? Because the situation was not like that. So we are changing ourselves according to the change. Like that, curriculum should also change according to the need of the society. Last point, it should be of practical utility. Now see, those who will create curriculum, or those who will decide the principles, what should be the principles of curriculum construction, they will always keep it in mind that what is the utility of the subject, why we are keeping this subject in our curriculum. If we lose some subject, then what can occur and what we will not learn, and from what we will be deprived, isn't it? So when we are learning something, there must be some utility. So the last point, it is telling that a curriculum which will be constructed, or should be kept in the syllabus of the students, that should be of a huge utility. So whatever you are learning, whatever you are experiencing, should be of some utilization. So this is all about the 6 points in the characteristics we can discuss. So all these characteristics you will get in the book once you go through the chapter, and you will get it in the PDF as well. If you have any problem, please let me know. Thank you.